and welcome to another episode of GM Talks. Today I'm gonna show you a secret, something that international masters and some grandmasters don't understand about chess. So this is, I'm probably gonna regret it because you're gonna use it against me later by not making this mistake. I see this all the time in Blitz. So this is a Blitz game I played recently. So let's just get into it. You probably know the Capablanca Concept. Exchange one bishop, put all the pawns on the other color, and the same color as the bishop you exchange, and you will have only good pieces there. And this is something people use a lot in the French, but it's on French-like structures. What say, like a French without the bad bishop? That sounds like a wonderful dream. It's a nightmare, and here is why. So let's get into it. Ready to see something. I'm playing against, I don't know who he is, some player on I was on Stoichess, not chess.com, and this is the modern opening, and c6. I think that's called the Qxg4 system. So black's idea is basically to play this move and play some, and then maybe take and get some sort of I don't know. And here you could say that the Qxg4 system, I played my knight here, and I think the big antidote is something with f4, and then black will try to sit on the white squares, but if white plays well, white is better, but this is clearly not optional anymore. So I played this move, which is I want to be able to have this move to secure the pawn here. d5 and e5. I think the main move here is probably something like h3, preventing bishop d4, but e5 is not a bad move. And here black should probably play some plan with f6 of some sort. I think white is better. He will take and he will play c4 at some point. There will be some things here, so black should probably play this anyway, or knight h6 and f6 at some point here. But here he played a move a lot of people play, bishop g4. Okay, why is that bad? So it looks so enticing, doesn't it? You put all your pawns on white, and then you exchange the white squared bishop, and you will have a wonderful French. The problem is, it's not a good French. It's a very bad French. First of all, when the white, this guy here is gone, the white squares will be weak. That's one thing. So the counterplay you often get in the French with this move will not be available because you will suffer on the white squares. That's one problem. Another problem is this bishop. This is the one you usually would like to exchange for the white squared bishop, will live, and this will be the best piece on the board. So here white is already clearly better, and you see a lot of players playing into this kind of things all the time. I get it very often in Blitz, and then they play e6 and they said, oh, I'm good here, but the truth is white is already much better, like really a lot better here. So how are the rules to play this structure for white? Well, you have a assured advantage on the king side. That is over here on this board. Over here, you will clearly be dominating this area for sure. So where's black counterplay coming from? Well, it will be coming from here and something like this and so on. The problem is, this one will cover all the white squares, this one will cover all the black squares, and white even probably have a slight advantage on the queen side as well. So black, even though he has no bad pieces, he just not have any good at all, and white has this bishop here. So this position is a disaster for black. And people, I think people think because it's a well-known concept, this exchange one bishop and put the colors, the pawns on the same color as the bishop they exchange and only have good pieces, that people think this is fine for black, but it's not good. By the way, this is the reason why the short variation in the Caro-Kann advanced variation is good for white, is that if white can exchange that white squared bishop that got outside the pawn chain, the one on f5, I can go back and show you so we'll see it from here. If for instance, if we go something like this, and black plays maybe something like this, and if for instance black plays this, if something like this was to take place here, white is already clearly better. Why is that? Well, because this one got to live, and black will not be able to play this because these guys here will be weak, so there will only be c5, so white just have to cover this square, and there's no weak spots in his position, even though the d pawn might be attackable. Then the knight meanwhile will go here, he will sit on this square, and he will get an attack on the king side at some point. So this position is simply strategically very bad for black, even though a lot of people don't realize this and don't know this. It's not something that gotten around. They didn't get the memo that this is bad. Anyway, so this is one of the things you and we, as in the game, you get the same kind of thing here, where and I got the perfect version where I got to take back with the knight and c3. And there's no reason not to play c3. I'm just gonna stick to my system. The good thing is, the one thing that's important is that black should not be able to get too much counterplay on the queen side, so you have to do a little prophylactic here. Remember, the king side is not going away. You will have an attack on the king side, I promise you. So just make sure nothing bad happens on the queen side, and wait for your turn to attack. And of course the bishop belongs on this diagonal here. Even though at the moment it looks pretty solid, we're gonna get ready for the bishop is coming out at some point. And castle and knight d7 and rook e1. The rook is often here good here. If black was hoping to play f6, you just make sure this is not going to happen. By the way, this is also part of the overprotecting this pawn. This is an important square in this situation, so you're overprotecting it. c5, rook b1. That looks weird. The thing is, we know that he's going to do something on the queen side, so I'm just, and of course it was a blitz game. I think I used less than 1.5 minutes for the game, so it went rather fast. It was a 3-minute blitz game. Anyway, I protect this because I know I'm going to use this bishop somewhere, so I don't know where. It could be here, it could be there. Maybe I play h4, but just and also sometimes I will play b4 and take on some squares. And here a3 and a5 and h4. So we see that white is already ready to engage on the attack here. h6 and you could play, and we now already know that one of the white's plan is to play this move, play something like this, and here, and right. So this is a clear plan for white already. So I played this move immediately, also taking away the option of playing a4. I will just take it. He plays rook e8, maybe toying with something with e6, but most probably just getting ready for this one. And I'm just finishing my development, overprotecting d4. I am maybe threatening this, and if he goes here, then this will be annoying with this pin coming here. c4. Now that's always tricky. Here it's even worse because I got this move. So I will now rearrange. I will probably put the bishop back here, now put the rook here, and there will be nothing on the queen side whatsoever. Nothing going to happen, and then I will have my attack on the king side. A lot of option involves something like this, something like this, sometimes this, sometimes you need to use the f pawn. A lot of ideas here for white. So this is just a horrible position for black, and black immediately gets really scared of the h5 and the battery in this diagonal here we were talking about earlier with the queen and the bishop. But he gave away a square, and the thing is, white's got everything under control here, so he can even start an attack immediately, and so I did. And queen takes, and we see that we are ready to, and we have all the pieces on this, and even this rook might join, this might join, and so on. Knight f5, and of course I think I can just play h5. It's just crashing straight through. There's nothing to do there. So that was a bit lazy. I just pushed the bishop, but it was a blitz game. So, and he goes here, and I play h5, and of course here I had a forced win. I didn't see that. To be honest, I played, and this is what you do in blitz. You play on autopilot. So I played the king to g2 and rook. But actually, this white has a winning move here, which, well, wins immediately, and it's knight takes f7, and I don't know, it's pretty obvious. A lot of thing is going wrong here after something like this. Here and here you can do whatever you like here. Probably the easiest is something like this, and this, and followed by this, and well, a6 or whatever. Of course, this is completely winning. You can't play have a position like that. So knight f7 would have been smarter. Sometimes you just have to think. I didn't play that. I took on g6, took back, which was a bit lazy. I could actually take now here and here, but I thought, oh, I'm not gonna think. I have a winning position. I have all my pieces on the king side. He's not gonna be able to hold everything together here. And this is all very natural, and of course this is well, I was probably a little bit lazy here, because this is not as clear cut, and maybe after something like this it's not winning easily. So I could have played much more precisely, but there's of course no doubt that white is a lot better here, but he took here, which of course is a mistake, because I take back with the queen, and there's no rook h8. He probably thought I would take back with the rook. You don't have much time to think in these situations here. So I'm basically threatening, well, more or less mate very fast. He could defend a little bit with this move, and after this move, I think I just play this, and I think it wins material. I'm threatening, well, I'm threatening this, or I'm threatening this, and well, it's winning, of course. I don't know what happens. What happens after something like this? Well, then this is probably pretty good, and something like this, right? Yeah. Okay. He didn't do that. He played this move, and after this, he's made it in a very few moves with rook bishop f8. So to recap, this is a known mistake. A lot of IMs, even GMs, do this. They exchange that bishop and think they got a good French, while they didn't. They got a horrible French, and they don't know it, which is kind of funny. And of course, if white is not careful, black will get some counterplay on the queen side, and they might believe they were good all along. But if white is playing well, is taking prophylactic measures on the queen side, and just waiting to slowly build the attack on the king side, he is much better. So don't do this in your own game, and get ready to punish black when he does. This is a chess secret that a lot of players don't know. So Now you're one of those who does know. If you have not already subscribed or liked or shared or told all your friends, get on with it, please. Thank you.